Coming in on the occasion of Sant Ravidas Jayanti, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has arrived at the Ravidas Mandir in Karol Bagh of Delhi.
नाम अलग है लेकिन कर्म एक ही है।
पहुंच चुके हैं प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पित करने के लिए भक्ति आंदोलन के महान संत, महान गुरु रविदास जी को। आज रविदास जी की 645वीं जयंती है। भक्ति आंदोलन के महान संत के रूप में सामाजिक कुरीतियों पर प्रहार करने वाले महान समाज सुधारक और समाज से भेदभाव, छुआछूत जैसी कुरीतियों को निर्मूल कर देने का संदेश देने वाले महान संत की आज जयंती है और प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी पहुंच चुके हैं श्री रविदास धाम, विश्राम धाम मंदिर, करोल बाग। इससे पहले रविदास जयंती के अनेक अवसरों पर प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी चाहे वाराणसी हो या फिर अन्य मंदिर हो, वहां पहुंचे हैं और उन्होंने मत्था टेका है। ऐसे संत और समाज सुधारक जिन्होंने समाज से सभी कुरीतियों को समाप्त कर कर्म के आधार पर लोगों के वर्ण की व्यवस्था की बात कही, जिन्होंने कहा कि ऐसा चाहूं राज में जहां मिले सबन को अन्न, छोट बड़ो सब समान बसे, रविदास रहे प्रसन्न। कार्यांजलि और श्रद्धांजलि ऐसे मनीषी को प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी की।
बिल्कुल, और उन्हीं की जो रचनाएं हैं, उन्हीं की जो कही हुई बातें हैं, अगर मैं कहूं अश्वनी तो कहा गया है, वो कहते थे अब कैसे छूटे राम नाम रट लागी, प्रभु जी तुम चंदन हम पानी, जाके अंग अंग बस समानी, प्रभु जी तुम गनभन हम मोरा, जैसे चितवत चंद चकोरा, प्रभु जी तुम दीपक हम बाती, जाकी ज्योति बरे दिन राती। यानी आपने अगर प्रभु को ही दीपक मान लिया, प्रभु की ही आराधना को अपने जीवन का कहीं ना कहीं।
On the occasion of Saint Ravidas's birth anniversary, Prime Minister Narendra Modi right now paying his homage to Ravidas, to the legendary saint at the Shri Guru Ravidas Vishram Dham Mandir in Delhi's Karol Bagh. And the Prime Minister is leading tributes there, which will continue through the day on the birth anniversary of Saint Ravidas. In fact, you'll see a special event also happening in the Prime Minister's constituency of Varanasi, where in fact you will have Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi, all of them paying tribute to the saint. The reason this is also very, very crucial is because it's happening in the run-up to a high-voltage Punjab and UP election.
सबका विश्वास और सबका प्रयास का मंत्र है। ये वही मंत्र है जो हमारे मनीषियों ने सामाजिक समरसता के लिए, समावेशी समाज के निर्माण के लिए सदियों पूर्व दिया और उन्हीं को आत्मसात करके उसी परंपरा को आगे निर्वहन करने के लिए प्राण।
So that is Prime Minister Narendra Modi there, who's just offered his prayers to Saint Ravidas on his birth anniversary. Shreya Chatterjee is joining us live with more details on this. Shreya, Prime Minister Modi there at, in fact, the Shri Guru Ravidas Mandir in Karol Bagh of Delhi. There is, of course, a lot of significance to this moment. That photo of the Prime Minister offering his tribute and prayers to Saint Ravidas is also something that's going to resonate in the current election season.
Well, absolutely so, Akshita. You know, we saw him arrive at the Karol Bagh Shri Ravidas Vishram Dham today at you know, as you rightly pointed out, the significance holds even more strong at the backdrop of the Punjab election, because Sant Ravidas has importance in the Sikh culture, and that's also the reason we see that a host of all political leaders, from Charanjit Singh Sanni to Yogi Adityanath to Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi also visiting his birthplace in Varanasi today. And that is the reason we saw the Prime Minister before his Punjab scheduled program. He came early morning here at the Karol Bagh Shri Guru Ravidas Dham, and he's still inside there offering his prayers. Definitely, it's an extremely significant visual there where the Prime Minister is offering the prayers, because we have to observe this at the backdrop of the Punjab elections and the importance that Shri Guru Ravidas holds to the Sikhism or the Sikh culture, we say particularly.
That's right. And how important is this day for Sikhs, for Dalit Sikhs in particular in Punjab, is reflective in the fact that the Election Commission postponed the polling dates for Punjab because you have lakhs of devotees who make their way to Varanasi today to pay their tributes to Sant Ravidas. And that's why today, Shreya, you can elucidate more on that, about the mega event that's lined up in Varanasi, which is the birthplace of Sant Ravidas. Yogi Adityanath is going to be there, Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Punjab Chief Minister Charanjit Singh Channi, all of them are also there.
Well, absolutely. You know, there is a big event lined up because that's his birthplace. And as you rightly pointed out, there was a change in dates. Earlier, the elections were to be held on a separate date. And definitely because of this event, you know, we didn't see that on 14th there was any election in Punjab, because a lot of these devotees, they go to Varanasi. It's a significant day, as you rightly mentioned, more for the Dalit Sikhs, because Shri Guru Ravidas, he spoke about communal harmony. He did not believe in the caste system. And that's the reason this is also very significant that the Prime Minister decided to come here at Karol Bagh in New Delhi, where the important Shri Guru Ravidas Dham is located. And those visuals right now, as the Prime Minister is still inside. He arrived a short while ago, at 10 minutes before, and he's still there paying his tributes inside. And not just the Prime Minister, you know, today all the political leaders, they are going to bank on this day for political reasons as well, because of Punjab elections. They would want these photographs to reach out maximum to the people of the state that goes into elections, because this will also draw sentiment from the particular Dalit community, the Dalit Punjabis as well. So definitely an important day that no political leader is trying to leave any stone unturned, from the Prime Minister to the Punjab Chief Minister to Priyanka Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Yogi Adityanath. We'll see the host of event that will also begin in Varanasi today.
That's right. So the Prime Minister currently at the Guru Ravidas Mandir in Karol Bagh of Delhi, offering his prayers there, received a small memento of a statue of Sant Ravidas. He is now, in fact, writing down his message in the visitor's diary as well. But these images is something that will resonate this election season because of the lakhs of followers that Sant Ravidas has spread across North India, particularly in the state of Punjab. As we speak, you've got lakhs of devotees of Sant Ravidas, followers of his ideology in Varanasi, to take part in this massive function where they pay tribute to the 15th century poet and pioneer of the Bhakti movement. He was termed time and again as India's very first Dalit icon, and in this election season, every political party will be vying for a photo or paying tribute to this icon because it's very crucial, really, and detrimental to perhaps the Dalit factor, to the Dalit vote in parts of Punjab. It even prompted the Election Commission, as I mentioned earlier, to defer the polling dates just so that these people, these followers of Sant Ravidas, can pay their tributes in Varanasi. This is an annual affair where you'll have lakhs of them moving towards Varanasi to pay their respects to their saint, someone who deeply influences them. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is currently at the temple. He's not in Varanasi, his own constituency, but is in the national capital, making a brief stop there at the temple in Karol Bagh. You see him also now actively interacting with people who've gathered there. Looks like they are, in fact, people who are part of the temple management. The Prime Minister greeting them personally, also interacting with them for a few moments as he makes his way through the temple. This visit, hugely symbolic and significant for the BJP, Shreya. Yogi Adityanath is also going to be at such an event in Varanasi, the Prime Minister's constituency, where this is a huge, huge event.
Well, absolutely so, Akshita. You know, if we also see that message that the Prime Minister earlier tweeted out, also he hailed the poet and the saint, and, you know, they said that his government has imbibed this spirit in every step and scheme. Guru Ravidas, he was considered one of the members of the Bhakti movement. He had worked against social division based on caste through his verses and teachings. So definitely we can understand that the political parties, particularly, they're trying to reach out to one particular community, especially eyeing this particular day, because, you know, we also saw that the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal also announced the government's holiday today. He announced it was a public holiday. He's also, his party, the Aam Aadmi Party, is eyeing for Punjab in the polls this time. So as we see that from all the leaders across parties, be it the BJP, the Aam Aadmi Party, any tall leader we see, they're not leaving any stone unturned to ensure that they use the maximum so that they can reach out to the voters in Punjab, the Dalit community particularly. And as you were rightly pointing out, that the polls were deferred. Earlier on 14th of February, the polls, Punjab was supposed to go into polls, but because of some Ravidas Jayanti, that was deferred so that the devotees could go to Varanasi. And now Punjab will first go into polls on the the third phase. So definitely an important, significant day, especially for the Punjabis and more so for the Dalit Punjabis, because Sant Ravidas, he was one of those icons who headed the Bhakti movement, and definitely he spoke against social division.
These images there beaming live to you on your screens of Prime Minister Narendra Modi interacting with devotees there, sitting down with them and offering prayers at the Shri Ravidas Mandir in Karol Bagh. With so many devotees there, all of them chanting together, Prime Minister Narendra Modi seated along with them. Let's see if we can cut across live also to those images.
आप देख रहे हैं आह्लादित कर देने वाली, मंत्रमुग्ध कर देने वाली.
The Prime Minister there interacting with women devotees who've gathered at the temple, all of them chanting together and offering their prayers.
तो छेना बजाया जा रहा है, ये अगर हम माने अश्वनी तो
there, the Prime Minister briefly stopping to interact with the devotees, saw that they were offering their prayers, chanting together. He decided to join them, sat down with all of the women devotees and started chanting along with them. A hugely significant moment this, because as I mentioned, on the birth anniversary of Sant Ravidas, these images will no doubt echo through all of the followers and lakhs of followers of the revered saint. Prime Minister Narendra Modi there taking a moment to interact with everyone present at the temple right now. They didn't stop the entry of devotees on this very, very important day. And that's why after offering his prayers, he got a chance to sit down with all the women devotees there, chanting along with them. Not just the brief hello, he decided to sit down along with them, chant along with them, offer prayers together. Very briefly, then got up now to interact with some of the organizers of the temple. You can see that the Prime Minister now making his way out of the temple. Brief visit, but one, of course, that is loaded with symbolism. And ahead of the Punjab elections, these images, no doubt, will in fact resonate, be a headline event of sorts in this election season. Later today, you're going to be seeing similar images from Varanasi, from the Prime Minister's constituency, interestingly, where UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath will be there paying his tribute to Sant Ravidas. Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Charanjit Singh Channi, all of them are also there to pay their tributes and offer their prayers for Sant Ravidas. His birthplace was Varanasi, which is why this area, the city of Varanasi, is so important and holds such significance for devotees, for followers of Sant Ravidas, very often hailed as India's first Dalit icon. And that's why you're seeing all political parties, all the big political leaders visiting, paying their tributes to this revered saint, knowing full well what the messaging could be in an election time. And those images that you see there, some of the highlights from the Prime Minister's visit to the temple so far, offering his prayers to the saint at the temple, and then interacting with the devotees, sitting down there, chanting and joining them in their prayers as they sang along. The Prime Minister decided to sit down right there and joined them with an instrument in his hand as he chanted along with all of them together. Those images, of course, hugely critical for the BJP, symbolic for the BJP. And as we continue to get you all of these updates from the ground, Shreya Chatterjee is still with us. Shreya, that image, no doubt, is going to be a big headliner in Punjab. Prime Minister Narendra Modi taking his time there in the temple, meeting with everyone, greeting women devotees, sitting down with them, playing the instrument as they chanted and sang to Sant Ravidas.
Well, absolutely, Akshara. This was not any hush and rush movement. You know, he was there, he spent time, he was inside the temple. You know, he's still not come inside. He spoke with the temple management person, then also with the devotees, and he was saying that there were a lot of women devotees also who were present there. They were not stopped despite the Prime Minister's visit. We usually see that whenever there's a PM visit, people are not allowed in here, but that wasn't the case because obviously it's an important day, it's a significant day. Devotees had to come over here, so they were allowed inside, and the Prime Minister sat with them. They chanted, he chanted with them, and he was there for a good long time there, offering his prayers, offering his tribute to Sant Ravidas, and definitely that will be an image that will echo for the Punjab elections before that goes into polling in the third phase. So that will probably be the headline and the main image today. And as we talked, Akshita, the Prime Minister has just left from the temple. He's going out, and from here he will be going to Punjab for the rest of the polling, where probably we'll have to look out for, you know, any addresses that probably Sant Ravidas will say as one of the headlines today as we see.
All right. So, Shreya, thank you for those details. The Prime Minister, very brief visit there to the temple, but one loaded with symbolism. We're going to slip into a short break here on India Today, but those images will continue to, of course, become the big headliner in the run to the Punjab election. The Prime Minister taking his time, interacting with devotees, sitting down with them and playing the instrument as he chanted along and sang to Sant Ravidas. On these images, I'm slipping into a very short break. We'll be right back.